Yeah, Gavin was a wreck in Los Angeles.
What happened to you?
He was a wreck. Well, Gavin was not present for
Wait. When was I wreck in LA?
He's telling the story.
When you, at lunch, when you shit yourself.
Yeah, that would be when.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That would be the time.
I wasn't with you though.
I only shit myself in LA. When was I a wreck?
The week has been about you shitting your pants, and the first one was I shit my pants in LA. Then I shit my pants on the plane back from LA.
So I don't know what it was. I think I had food poisoning. The only thing I can think of that I had that was weird was that Alan gave me an oyster.
He did.
Did Alan have the shit?
Did Alan order oysters anywhere? Or did he just have like an oyster in his pocket? It's like the way you tell it. The only thing that was weird is Alan gave me an oyster. We were walking down the street in 100-degree weather.
Did Alan get the shits?
It was the In-N-Out burger.
Did Alan get the shits?
No, I don't know. I didn't go up to Alan and say, "Hey, Alan, how you doing?"
Finish telling your story. What happened? Alan gave you an oyster.
He gave me first of all, he gave him an oyster shooter, which is like a shot glass filled with blended oyster and tomato juice and hot sauce. Yeah.
So I slurped that down, and that was fine. It was kind of like, ugh. Then the next day at breakfast,
Took it like a champ, by the way.
I was at a restaurant having breakfast, and I was sat like this. It's like resting in the sun. I was like,
did you do anything different?
What do you mean?
Like you were sitting, and you're like, I was sat like this, and you just moved around in the chair, and then you're still sitting.
Michael here was like this. I was sitting like this. There you go. Like
what I've done is I've repositioned it so my anus isn't under me. It's like in front of me.
Yeah, it's all about the angle of the
you
anus.
can't see it. I mean,
Okay. Audience who are listening, Gavin slightly moved his anus.
Gavin went from a puckered position to unpuckered.
All right, so I'm there. I finished all my food. Just sat there.
What'd you have?
And then like pancakes and eggs and bacon and stuff.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
and then
it's not relevant. It's about to be very relevant.
my anus. It wasn't like sometimes you can gamble on a fart and you can bet the wrong way on it.
Right, your separator doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But what happened is that my anus just leaked water. Like pooey water. And I was like, well, if it went like this.
This is while you're still at the table.
Yeah, it
how
just sounded like a slushy wet, and I was like, that was a weird fart. I didn't even see that coming. And then I was like, huh. And I was like, oh God, have I like properly?
Oh.
So I was like, I'll be right back. I was like, I'll be right back.
Did you tell anyone at the table anything, or did you just excuse
said,
yourself?
Be right back.
Everyone else
He was on a date, pretty much, at that point.
I'll be right back. I'm just going to nip to the bog. And then
to the bog.
And I felt it like all runny.
But little did you know the bog was already in your pants.
Yeah. So I went to the bathroom.
All over your nips.
I went to the bathroom, which didn't lock.
Oh my God.
Which is a nightmare. Pulled it down. Absolute catastrophe. Absolute danger zone down there. So,
Oh my God.
bundled up my underwear, got rid of that, threw it away. Spent about 20 minutes cleaning just swampy goop.
Did you leave a trail from your table to the bathroom?
No.
A slug, like a shit trail.
No, so I finished
How
all that.
long do you estimate that you were gone from the table?
About 25 minutes.
Oh, God.
Which is why, when I came back, I knew I couldn't lie about what had happened. Because I thought it was obvious.
How many people were there?
Just Meg.
Okay.
So I came back
you
to the
had to
table.
come clean.
Came back to the table and I was like,
By yourself for half an hour.
yeah, she was like just messing around the phone. I came back and sat down. I was like, I didn't even sit down. I just stood by the chair. I was like, I've shit myself. We've got to leave immediately. And she was like, okay, and got up. And then in the car on the way back to her place, she was like streaming with laughter, like crying. So changed my jeans. I just felt really uneasy for a while. Then I got on a plane, and that was
Terrible decision.
uneasy.
Was it the same day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, went to the bog right before in the airport, got everything I could out. At this point, it's just water.
So this is an ongoing problem that you had.
Yeah, it's just wet. It's like wet water coming out of my bum.
Wet water.
Just bum wee. Got on the plane and fell asleep.
Oh no, have you ever listened to the podcast before? Don't do that.
My bum relaxed in my sleep. I had a repeat scenario. I then had to repeat exactly what I'd done in the restaurant, except in a 1 foot by 1 foot plain bathroom, which wasn't easy.
So
I've now got no underwear on, and I'm in jeans. There's about 40 minutes of the flight left.
That is no safety barrier.
I'm feeling even worse. I think the altitude is like boiling all my water.
Does it get hotter?
So I was just sat there like this on a plane, and that was the longest 40 minutes of my life.
He's now
Just like,
holding his asshole together.
just like trying to clench it and not even think about like relaxing my anus for 40 minutes.
Now, no.
I made it.
When you shit yourself on the plane, were you sleeping? You shit yourself that woke you up, or did you wake up and you would shit yourself? Like, how long were you sitting in your shit?
Or was it the smell that woke you up?
Did other people smell it first? Right? Were you like sleeping in it for like?
Were you crying and cranky?
Period of time,
No, but there was a line for the toilet.
So you're sitting in your shit while you're waiting, or were you standing?
I was just holding it.
You're lucky the line wasn't there before you went.
It was.
Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying. So I thought when you came out, you saw a line of people because you were there another 25 minutes.
So
you had to wait in line? Oh,
were you standing or were you still sitting?
I was stood.
So you pulled all your crap up, and you're just like covered in filth.
How long were you in the tiny bathroom in the plane?
About 20 minutes.
If you're in there too long, they'll knock on the thing and say, "Is there a problem?" Like where you're in there making a bomb.
And I would have replied, yes.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I need some underwear. Stat.
I think that in that situation they'd want him in there.
Okay, so
contain that.
Yeah, I cleared all that up. I put like 10 layers of toilet paper in the bottom of my jeans. That was my new underwear.
That helps.
And then I survived. And then that night I went to sleep, and I pooed the bed in the night.
Did you really?
The poo fairy visited you?
So is this like permanent? Are you done with this?
You leave $1, then they leave a turd. It's like the reverse tooth fairy.
That's the worst fairy of all.
So did your sheets take a beating?
Yep, changed those.
Burned them?
And then, yeah, basically in the span of 24 hours, I shit myself about 5 times. Today I had my first fart in 5 days.
Congratulations.
And it was amazing. To have an anus filled with air instead of water is an unbelievable
You've had your
feeling.
first
Wet water.
gas fart instead of your first liquid fart.
Yeah, and it was good. And now I'm all back to normal, I think.
I think.
Do you think you'll ever regain the confidence that you had before? Or
No.
is this
Or the tragedy.
I'm
Has this changed
damaged. It's
you?
like I've been at
We've
war.
already talked about it. Like, there's been a few incidents in Achievement Hunter, like here and there. Jeff's had a couple accidents. There's been some close calls. Gavin has always like gone on about how he's never shit himself, and in the span of like 24 hours, he's become the king.
Yeah.
I
went from 0 times
to
5.
like at most ever.
You had 3 more that you haven't told us about?
What?
Oh, you had the bed,
I had
and
a
then 2
couple
more
in
after
bed.
that.
I had one in the shower.
Oh. Well, at least you're in the shower already,
That was
I guess.
fine. That was the easiest one.
And then another one in the bed again.
Yeah.
You're a nightmare. You're a nightmare. I just want to point out to the audience that outside of the Achievement Hunter office, we're batting like 1,000. Nobody else has shit their pants, as far as I know.
Or at least no one else outside of that office brags about it.
yeah.
It's not like public
Competition.
knowledge.
It's
Worst to
competition.
first.
Either way, what I did was nothing compared to what you did.
What?
It's just spunk your pants on a plane.
Oh, you're gonna bring that up again?
Because that's weird and sexual.
I didn't tell you the best part of that story. I left out the kicker at the end.
What was it?
When I woke up, I was holding Jeff's hand.
No.
No. I just got greeted with silence on that.
You should come back to my face. I was totally willing to accept it. Mine
So
was
what's
like,
worse,
oh.
having an illness and pooing yourself on a plane, or spunking yourself on a plane?
They're all really
Definitely
horrible.
shitting yourself
They're all
because the
horrible.
person next to you doesn't know that like you just jizzed your pants.
That led me to one of your thoughts, like one of your hypothetical scenarios you like to come up with. If I gave you today $2 million, $2 million cash, you walk out of here today with $2 million. But for the next 20 years, anytime you have to take a poo, you have to hold both their hands and make eye contact with them.
The whole time?
The entire time. Otherwise, you can't go to the bathroom. You have to find someone if you're in public that will hold both your hands and make eye contact with you while you go poo.
Oh, so it's a different person every time?
It's just anybody. You can't. It's just you have to hold their hands and make eye contact with the person.
How much am I getting?
What's that?
2 million.
2 million.
All right, so
20 years.
I put out an ad and I say I'll pay you $100,000 a year to hold my hand while I poo all
There
year.
goes all your money.
$100,000 out of $2 million.
10 years, that's $1
20.
million.
I said 20 years.
Oh, how much?
10 years, you pay like $1 million.
Gavin just did it for the experience.
20 years
I've just
of
been looking for
money,
someone to hold
back
hands.
to work. Fucking $100,000 a year. I'll do it. Sign me up. I'll hold your hand.
It's amazing you came to the exact number. You didn't even think about it.
$100,000 a year to hold your hands and look at you while you poop. Fuck.
I bet
Where's
you
that
can,
line start?
you can find a dude to do it much cheaper than that, I bet.
Would you do that for someone?
No.
You would
$100,000 a year. Fucking Gavin starts high.
for $100,000 a year, you wouldn't do that. All you have to do is hold someone's hand for 20 minutes a day.
And stare at them while they shit.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
You think they're
I'm
the
not
good
the one
times and the bad? When they drink an oyster shooter and it gives them wet diarrhea for 5 days, you gotta be there.
There's
when
a
they're
lot
backed
to it.
up and they need to eat more fiber, you gotta be there.
There's a lot to it. Think of that's your job. You have to do that with somebody. Think of like all the like involuntary squeezes of the hand. It's just too much.
I like the clamminess.
You're asleep in the middle of the night. Like, hey man, I got a real emergency. You got to come over right now. You're like, fuck. All right, be right there.
But that was the reason why you could not attend the. You guys did a live stream with Rockstar.
Yeah.
For Grand Theft Auto.
It wasn't worth me. I would have just been sat there squeezing my bum cheeks close.
Yeah, you were still shitting yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was texting you at the time because I was still in L.A.
Yeah.
And I was like saying, "Why aren't you on this thing?" And you were like, "Oh, I'm home or I'm laid up from pooping." And then I came to find out you were in your office the whole time.
Yeah. I know. I'd take a sick day for poo.
He was fucking miserable all day.
I've still never taken a sick day of any job in my life.
No, you're dumb.
That's why you take sick days. Because now somebody else in this
Right.
company's gonna get so fucking sick because you were here.
Yeah.
Well, because I've pooed. It's food poisoning. You can't catch
the best
that, can
part
you?
about that too is, by the way, he's talking about getting sick and poo. So that's the day he's just like all morning. Like,
It's the most disturbing segue
and
of
we're
all time,
like,
by the way. Speaking
no,
of getting
it's
sick
great.
and poop.
No, it's great. So I'm like, what the fuck's with you? And Jeff's just like, wait for the Let's Play. So I had to wait like 2 hours to hear the story until we got going. And he's like, oh, shit myself. So he's going on and on about it. And it was either before, and I think it was in the middle of the video right afterwards, he was just like, uh-oh. And then he checks his pants to make sure. He thought he shit himself.
What does that mean? You checked his
he
pants.
Put his pants down. He put his hand down his pants and he like rubbed his pants to see if he shit himself.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to know.
Right. So he does this.
I can wash my hand.
He could wash his hand. He does that and he's like, I'm clear. And then immediately rubs his eye. And I'm like, oh no!
Gavin!
Like, you just like wiped your asshole and rubbed your eye. He's like, no, but it wasn't wet. And I'm
Also-
like, your hand was still in your ass.
Also,
And
didn't touch my
starts freaking
asshole.
out.
I have to, like,
A2E.
tease my anus.
Your hand was in your pants inside your boxers. It's close enough to
It wasn't
directly
inside my boxers.
pull out and then
it
in
wasn't
your
inside
eye.
my boxes. It was on my jeans.
You've already described for the
Your
last
jeans
week.
are covered in shit.
They
You're
were.
looking at
I
them,
was seeing
okay?
if they were.
You're covered in feces.
I took my hand to the bottom of my jeans.
You're contaminated.
You put them inside your jeans.
No, in my jeans.
Yeah,
and then,
inside
like,
your jeans.
touch
He
the
always
bottom
says
of the-
no to me and then says what I said. Yes, inside your jeans. And then what'd you do?
I just touched the bottom of them to see if they were wet.
Inside.
You
Yeah,
touched
like-
your jeans.
Which you've
you
already
didn't touch your
established
boxers.
that this
No, I didn't touch the
environment is a
boxers.
mess with no containment facilities at all. It's just like you were expecting to find poop. Is what
I was just making sure.
just making sure. Guys, let me ask you a question. You poop your pants. Do you know it? How many steps of verification do you need?
I'm pretty sure I would know it. I'm pretty sure I would know.
I
if
would
shit my
love to
pants.
give you what
Like,
I had and see if
Is
you
there
would
another
know
step
it.
of the process, or is that then you're done? Like, do you need like third-party verification?
Well, the weird
Like,
thing is-
what's
Is
this?
this shit? Is this shit? Does somebody taste this?
The weirdest thing about it is that it was only liquid. It was never any pieces of poo. It was just bum liquid. But it was body temperature. So I didn't know.
How is that weird?
Well, because you can't tell whether it's come out or not.
We've officially been told to shut up now.
All right. Well,
They can't handle
why don't we just take a blade to that part of the timeline and we'll start a podcast now.
Hey everyone, welcome to the
Rooster
podcast.
Who have we got this week?
So we did this. Somebody explained that was here for it because Gus and I were both traveling, so we weren't here for it.
Gavin, go.
What was the thing this weekend that was done? Michael, you were here. Gavin, you were here. The stream
Operation Supply Drop.
There we go.
24-hour live stream.
Charity stream.
to benefit guys. Operation Supply Drop. They provide video games to either soldiers that are in a combat arena or in active service, or are recovering from wounds that they got on the battlefield, which is a really great service to go out and give those guys something to do.
Yes. So we had a 24-hour live
So we had a
stream.
24-hour live stream to benefit that, and it did really well. Raised $250,000 to do it. And then a weird thing that had happened in the middle of it is that I guess our community started tweeting at celebrities saying, "Hey, can you retweet this?" And a whole list of celebrities online on Twitter were commenting and posting about this RT salute. And one of them was Blaine graduated that day. His commencement ceremony was that day. And so he had posted a photo on Twitter of him flexing with his cap and gown on, or half his gown on. And he tweeted at The Rock, and then The Rock retweeted it basically and replied to him publicly, which I understand that when that happened, Blaine, you ran around the entire office.
He was slurping out of 2 cups at once.
That was awesome. All that was like Simon Pegg and a bunch of really cool people tweeted. It's really awesome.
Oswald.
Will
Patton
Sasso.
Oswalt. Even Tim Schafer today was very late to the
Nathan
party.
Fillion.
Dan Grucci is just a fucking idiot. He said, "Hey, go see the live stream."
It was
like 13 hours after it ended.
So over. Yeah, Dan was like, "You guys have no idea." Dan, being enlisted himself, he's like, this is a great cause. You have no idea how amazing this is. Go check it out. And I was like, fucking idiot. It was like a whole day later.
It was like yesterday at 9 p.m.
He wasn't doing it as a joke?
No, he's like, and then even we followed up with, oh, crap. I don't know how to read.
I want to remind everyone, this episode of the Rooster Teeth Podcast is brought to you by Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks with more than 150,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature and featuring audio versions of many New York Times bestsellers. For our listeners, Audible is offering a free audiobook to give you a chance to try out their service. One audiobook to consider is A Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire, Book 1 by George R.R. Martin. For a free audiobook of your choice, go to audible.com/roosterteeth. That's audible.com/roosterteeth. Zoo's a lot better. Zoo's still kind of fucked up, but they shouldn't do a zoo, but a zoo is a world. It's nothing at all like a circus. People who run circuses should be put in fucking jail.
Really?
It's almost as bad as SeaWorld.
Okay.
Fuck that.
Okay.
Fuck Circus and fuck
You don't think a
SeaWorld.
circus could be run humanely?
I don't think it's possible. You cannot give that kind of animal the amount of space it needs, traveling city to city, doing stupid, shitty shows, making it sit on a goddamn ball or whatever the fuck they do.
Also, elephants, they go mental sometimes.
Yeah.
They get like the goo from their ears and they go mental.
They go
see
mental
red.
after years of torture or being chained to the ground.
They just go mental anyway. I think that's why a lot of women get pregnant quite quickly after the wedding, because it's like the next project.
What is your statistical analysis that brought you to that conclusion? That people get pregnant right away?
You know,
mean,
you
some people do it.
need like a new big life goal.
He didn't.
Women's rights with Dr. Gavin Free.
Yeah, no kids there.
Yeah.
They got married. No
Some
kids.
people like it. I get what you're saying, but it's not everybody that gets married.
I know it's not everybody.
Lindsay's cousin, whose wedding we went to last year, we saw them at the wedding, and like his wife is ready to plop out a baby. They got married and was like, baby.
There you go.
It's like
you
within
said
like a month.
the reason the women get pregnant after they get married right away is because they need a life goal after they were planning the wedding.
He did say that.
Yes. What do you mean?
I mean, they could have a life goal already.
You
like
set goals
work
for
or
yourself. That's what
something.
life is. It's like, well, I want to achieve this. Let's do it. Done. Now I wanna
no
achieve this.
need for a career
Yeah.
or anything else.
I think he's
What
pointing
are
out
you
the
talking
fact
about?
that
Career is additional. That's not.
No. You said there was like a life goal from planning the wedding to getting knocked up.
That is a new life goal. Yeah.
But you don't
You're
know
not gonna
that.
You're not going to be like, baby
Well, I
marriage.
need something
But you
else to
don't-
do.
you don't
I got
know
all this
that
time from not
everyone
planning a
wants
wedding.
their
My
kids.
order's
Gavin.
all fucked up.
What do you
Baby
mean?
marriage.
What's everyone going mental about?
Because you're like, all right, the lady gets married. She got nothing to do. Baby.
No, she got nothing to do.
Basically what you just
You
said.
said she had extra time because she wasn't planning a wedding.
Sitting around doing
Gavin,
nothing all day eating
You
bonbons.
were just saying how Lindsay was sad that that bit was over. And
Right, so she
You
wasn't
threw a
like trying to have
cushion
a
at
baby to
yourself?
fill my time.
no, but now there's space for like a new thing. I know that Lindsay has a job. It's not like she's just a wife.
Right, but I mean, I think what they're saying here is maybe there's something else they could do besides having a baby.
I'm set. Screw it.
Are you having a baby?
No, I'm not. Not
No?
yet. I mean,
No.
eventually. A couple years.
Couple years?
2, 3 years.
What's Lindsay going to do in the meantime?
Young man.
This
Young
fucking
man.
life.
Empty
I'll
vessel.
ask her in 3 years.
Yeah, is she planning more
Maybe
weddings?
she can plan a friend's
So
wedding.
I'm not going to be like, hey, it's time now.
You just make sure you don't fake it constantly because otherwise it won't work.
So Johnny Knoxville attached a fake crab to this, and he would walk up to people and he'd like walk up,
my God.
like right their arm, the back of their arm, and he'd go wink, and they'd go out, and they'd turn around, there's a crab. They'd be in the middle of a sound stage, and they'd see a crab on it.
Dude, those movies are fucking hilarious.
Who the hell would think of that?
Fucking hilarious.
And they always struck me as one of the funniest things ever. And he'd walk around with this crab clamp all day long. So it's this. I don't know what this is called, but these things are fucking tough as shit. Like,
Gator clamp.
gator clamp? Fuck, yeah.
Yeah, those
they're
things
tough.
hurt.
They hurt.
You okay?
Can you
Yeah.
put it on your ear right now?
Put it on my ear?
Yeah. Do it. Do it. Don't listen
It's
to
probably
them.
not that
Okay,
bad.
that's okay. I got it. There we go.
Oh my God! I can't believe you did
Gavin,
that.
do
You
it.
put it on something?
On my ear.
I'll give you a $10 to put it on your bottom lip.
That'll hurt.
Let it go. Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Put your bottom lip.
Oh, that's crushed it.
That's
That's
the way it
ruined
works.
And that's the day
done what
Gab
it's supposed to do.
got a flat ear. On your nose?
Gavin,
Oh,
don't make that
Gavin,
thing even
don't.
bigger.
It'll
do it.
spread the pressure out over such a large surface area. It'll
What
be
if it just
fine.
never came
That's
back?
the moneymaker, dude. Don't mess with that. You don't tug
we
on
used to have
Superman's cape.
contests with these on set. I put these in several places on my body.
Horrible places.
Not my nuts.
In
though.
them?
Do the back of your arm. See if you can do that.
Like this.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a clamp pro. Oh, that looks painful.
Now
if I
imagine
slap
you
it a
feel
little
that, and then you look back.
And there's a crab there.
You see it. It's a crab. This was so funny. But
Crabs are weird animals. Crabs are fucking funny to me.
anything that lives in the ocean is weird.
There is something comedic about watching the way a crab walks, like sideways. And I know there was like every now and then whenever I would go to the beach in Puerto Rico, there were some crabs that when they'd look at you, they'd like point their pinchers at you like they were guns. And then like if another person walked up, they'd be like,
The Puerto Rican thing,
having a standoff. Like, come on, dude, you're not fooling anyone. You just have pinchers.
It's like the end of the good, bad, and the ugly.
When they have their claws like this, they never cross their claws like this, like left and right. And like,
You know it's a gangster crab when it turns it sideways.
it snips like up and down. It's less accurate that way, but it's way more
Back
threatening.
up! Back up!
Oh, I love crabs. It's so fucking funny.
So are they walking sideways or are they looking sideways?
They're walking sideways.
No,
They
crabs
face
walk
this way.
sideways.
They face this way. They're walking. You're saying the whole animal is based on which direction they walk?
Well, if they walk in one direction, that's forwards.
Well, then that would be like if
Wouldn't forwards be the way you're looking?
but then their arms, everything is sideways. So they're walking sideways. The orientation of the animal is this way, and it walks.
Yeah, so it
this
doesn't
way.
have a face on the side of it.
no, I mean it's looking one way and walking the other way.
Yeah.
Its face is under its eyes.
But which way is
Or its mouth.
forward, left or right?
Either way, it has options. It's going places.
Fucking Christ.
But they all walk the same. They all face the
shut
same
the fuck
direction, don't they?
What if a crab started running forwards though? That would freak you the fuck out, wouldn't it? Like, I mean, what's the?
Ah! You start screaming.
Dot, 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 dot.
What is this?